long time, or was that a short time? The concept of video 5, understanding the Stevie Kid pathway, and now starts to become uncomfortable, because now we start to explore the conscious, subconscious and unconscious. Now we start to explore brain resonance. Now we start to explore emotion. Remember emotional intelligence, where you were living? Now we're starting to paying attention to where we're living, and now we're starting to paying attention to how people are, where people are living all around us. Now you're realising somebody's just awakened me to see more, hear more, feel more, taste more and smell more than I've ever been able to do in my life. You're starting to understand the conscious mind, subconscious and unconscious. You're starting to understand where you're living within the brain, that you're starting to move forward towards being trained in how the brain functions as an organ. What happens when you get into hyper beta? What puts you into hyper beta? Where you're frustrated and angry and can't think straight. What is alpha, the daydream state of the brain? What is gamma, the mystical side where innovation's created? What is epsilon? What is theta? What is delta? Now you're getting to understand all the gears, but what you're actually being challenged to do, which I know a lot of people are uncomfortable about, even people that I'm supporting, is to be still as often as you can. Incorporating all types of meditation into your life. Initially, when people come, they look at me and they say they just don't have time for it, but they realise the more they slow and quieten the mind down, the more time they'll have in a day. And it's still a challenge for some people. Over 30 years I've done this, and I do it in multiple ways now. Meditation for me is not about 10 minutes, it's about every opportunity within a day. And this is understanding the Stevie Kid pathway, because now that we're bringing swimming, running, walking, nature, mountains into your life, exercise into your life, well-being into your life, mindfulness into your life, going from where it wasn't in your life to now having to bring it into your life, it's very uncomfortable. Starting to pay attention to where you came from up to this point, and realising right now that things are about to change for the better. Consistency and the discipline of making sure it happens every day. But people say they don't have time. So video 5, mindfulness is brought into your life. Well-being, nutrition, fitness, wellness, understanding the brain, training the brain, meditation. This is when we start to really get to work. Pulling away from the programme of saying you never had time to making the time, but no making the time because it just becomes a way of life. Look out for video 6 later on, as we move on to orchestrating the senses. Now I understand why a lot of people ask, what is it you do? What is this Stevie Kid pathway? Transformation. Transformational. Or would you rather just stay where you are? This is where we start to awaken people, we start to fire up the neurons, getting things to fire and wire, getting people to start to see more, hear more, feel more, taste more, smell more than they've ever in their whole life. And the more that they're paying attention to that question and asking quality questions in this level of stillness, guess what happens? The more things appear. The more you're waking up in the morning and feeling good for no reason at all. The concept of this part of the pathway and what I'm talking about is it all come together if you do one thing. Chapter 5, it tells you in the 1% Mindset book, have you done the work? And if you've not done the work, I tell you, get that book down, because you're not finishing this book and starting to tell Andy you've read this book. And this is the bit where you realise you've engaged in the pathway, and you realise it's not as plain sailing, because you have to do the work in between the sessions, and you have to incorporate different disciplines into your life. Have you got what it takes? I just walk the walk and lead by example. So how's business for you? How's your life feel doing for you? How's your emotions doing for you? Where are you living every day? Past, present, future, where are you living? How far in front can you see? Are you designing your life? Are you living the life that you want? Stevie Kid Pathway, you do the work. You take all these new steps in front of you. Your life will change forever. You can let go of the past, because all you're interested and motivated to do now is look forward, because you can see exactly where you're going. Have a great day. Stevie Kid, Video 5, Understanding the Stevie Kid Pathway. Over and out.